welcome to your Sacral Chakra Balancing Yoga Sequence. So our Sacral Chakra is located just below the belly button, and it's associated with the color orange, hence the orange shirt, and also the element of water. So we move from our root chakra, that dense earth energy, up into the fluid water element of the sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra represents your creativity, your emotions, sensuality, your passions. And so when we move into our sacral chakra yoga sequence, we're going to be doing a lot of hip openers. Hip openers can start to bring up lots of emotions because we store our issues in our tissues. So as we move deep into our hips, those emotions will arise. So it's totally normal to feel really uncomfortable in some of these poses. We just want to breathe through it to get out that pent-up emotion and to let ourselves be free and heal from it. So I advise you, if at any point you want to pause the video and hold one of these hip openers a little bit longer, go ahead and do that. You might even have a piece of paper or your journal by your mat so that if you need to write something out, you can also do that. As we move through our sacral chakra sequence, I'd like you to also imagine that beautiful little orange ball of light right below your belly button, and it's circling and spinning in that clockwise direction. So as we're moving through the sequence, we're also visually healing our sacral chakra. We're going to start our sequence with mermaid legs. So we've got the right leg leading. The sole of the right foot comes to the top of your left thigh. Your left heel can come as close in towards your seat or as far away as what feels comfortable for you. And then we'll start by reaching our arms up to the sky, lengthening through the sides of our body. As we exhale, we'll take a little twist to our right. So the right hand lands at the base of the spine, left hand against that right thigh, and just twisting from the low back, working your way up from there. Inhale to lengthen spine. Exhale to deepen twist. Tilting the pelvis slightly forward will increase that stretch there in that left hip crease, so feel free to do that if you'd like. Taking 2 more breaths in the twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Now walking right hand over to the right hip and then straight out from there, about 12 to 18 inches, until the forearm can come flat to the ground. Then take your left hand to left hip, rotating left shoulder back, and reach your left arm up and over the left ear, lengthening through that side body. Pulling navel to spine to support your low back. Try not to collapse into that bottom shoulder. Keep the forearm rooted to the ground. Lengthen through those fingertips, creating more space with each breath. 2 more to go. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. As we exhale, we'll lower that left forearm to the ground, letting our forehead just hang and hover between the forearms. Muscles in the neck are soft and relaxed. Taking 1 more breath in the twist. Gaze between the forearms and start to crisscross the hands forward. And then, ooh, my hip just popped, all the way in towards your body. And then let's send that left leg behind and that right heel forward. And then we'll take our right hip towards the edge of the mat, keeping that flexed right foot. So we created a 90-degree shape with this right leg, and if you'd like to, you can always bring that left knee a little closer to your heel for a little more comfort. Otherwise, create a 90-degree shape with that leg as well. Take your inhale to reach your arms to the sky. On the exhale, we'll land our hands in front of our shin. As we move down, we might grab a blanket or a block for a little added support, placing it beneath our forehead. Or we can walk our hands down and stack the hands one on top of the other for that support. Breathing into your piriformis. Still imagining that beautiful orange ball of light beneath the navel. Offering up compassion and acceptance to whatever arises for you. Now, if you'd like to go a little bit deeper into the stretch, You may straighten that left leg out behind you to come into that full pigeon pose. Just an option, you don't have to do it. Continue to breathe deeply, releasing the tension in the right hip. Taking your 3 final breaths. And slowly we'll begin to lift our forehead as we walk our hands in. If that back leg is straight, we'll bend back into our knee. And then taking your hands by your side to swing that left leg forward and the right leg back. Joining the sole of your left foot to the top of your right thigh for your mermaid legs. And again, that right heel can be as close in or as far away towards the seat as what feels comfortable for you. Take your inhale, reach your arms to the sky, creating the length through the sides of the body. And exhale, let's take our twist now to the left. So left hand moves to the base of the spine, right hand to your left thigh, taking your twist from the low back and working your way up from there. Inhale to lengthen spine. Exhale to deepen twist. One more inhale. Exhale. And then walking left hand over to your left hip and straight out from there. Bringing your forearm flat to the floor, right hand, right hip, rotating right shoulder back, and then reaching right arm over the right ear, lengthening through that right side body. Pulling navel to spine, try not to crunch into the bottom shoulder, keep the forearm strong. Taking 2 more breaths, breathing in, and breathing out. 1 more inhale. Exhale, releasing right forearm so the forearms are parallel to one another. Relaxing, softening muscles of neck as the forehead drops between forearms. Deep breaths into the belly and back. Gaze between the forearms, crisscrossing hands back forward, and then all the way in towards the body. Sending that right leg a little further back as we send our left heel forward, and then scooching your left hip towards the edge of the mat to create that 90-degree shape. Keep your left foot flexed. You have the option once again to bring your right knee all the way up towards your heel, or send it back to another 90-degree shape. Take an inhale, reach your arms to the sky. And as we exhale, we'll plant our hands in front of the front shin. Again, we can grab our props, blankets, blocks, a little more support. Maybe we walk our hands all the way out, stacking hands to rest the forehead. Taking a few breaths here, deep into the hip. A lot of times when we're removing tension from our hip, we tend to send it to other parts of the body. So also tune into your shoulders and your jaw, making sure the shoulders are relaxed and the jaw is unclenched. Releasing the tension from all parts of the body, not just the hips. Now, if you did so on the other side, you may send that right leg straight back to come into a full pigeon pose. Again, just an option. You don't have to do it. You honor your body and do what feels best and right for you. Continuing to take those deep supportive breaths, releasing with each exhale. Breathing through the discomfort. Taking 3 more breaths. Slowly lifting the forehead, walking your hands in, sliding that back leg forward. And then hands by your side to join the soles of your feet together. Heels as close into the pelvis to start. Inhale to reach your arms to the sky. And exhale to fold over your legs. Again, feel free to use any props for beneath the forehead or underneath your hands. Letting the forehead release down. Walking your hands back in, sending the heels out like a good foot away from your pelvis to create a nice big diamond shape. Inhale, reach your arms back to the sky. On the exhale, fold over the legs, or you might even slip your forearms beneath your calves so that your palms meet the tops of your feet. And letting your forehead release down from there. Taking 1 more breath in and out. And then we'll start to walk our hands back in towards the body, joining inner thighs together, and then swing your legs behind you to move into your tabletop shape. I recommend grabbing a blanket, a little extra cushioning for beneath your knees. And as we move into our tabletop shape, we've got our shoulders over our wrists, our knees below our hips, and the shin shooting straight back from the knees so you're not even able to see your feet. We're going to move through some intuitive movement here. So I'd like you to honor your body and close your eyes and just start to move the way your body wants to move. It does not have to be a yoga pose. It could be anything that feels good. So I'm just going to start with some hip circles and let my body just move from that direction. Feel free to do whatever suits you. If you feel like you want to pause the movement and hold a specific spot for a little while, feel free to do that. There's no rules. Creating any shape the body's craving. Honoring the fluidity of the movement. And as we're about halfway through this intuitive movement, if you've been working just on one side, let's switch it up and move to the other, or just even things out. Let the breath guide the body. About 3 more breaths in this intuitive movement. exhalation, you can move yourself back to your neutral spine, tabletop. Taking your hands, walking them in towards the body, and grabbing hold of your blocks, placing them on their medium height, and the right foot will move between our blocks. Now we'll scooch our left leg back enough so that we start to really feel that stretch in our left hip flexor, keeping the right knee stacked over right ankle so we know the knee is supported. Feel free to keep your hands supported by blocks, or maybe you interlace your fingers to your right thigh, maybe reach your arms up to the sky. The back toes can be curled under, or the top of the foot can be pressing down, wherever you feel more stable. Relaxing into your shoulders and keeping the heart wide open. Feeling the psoas opening up. One more breath. If the arms are up, we'll release them down to the blocks, and we'll take our blocks, double stacking them so that they're horizontal on their low height, one on top of the other. And then place them on the inside of your right foot, walking your right foot closer towards the edge of the mat, and then adjust the blocks so that your shoulders can land right over your wrists, both hands planted on the blocks. Now maybe we scooch our left knee back a little bit more, going a little deeper into that hip flexor stretch. Moving into our lizard pose, keeping the space in your heart open, not caving into the chest. If it feels okay to maybe go a little bit further, you may bring your forearms down to the blocks. You may also get rid of one of the blocks to go a little deeper. Maybe getting rid of both blocks to bring the forearms all the way to the ground. Remembering to honor your body where it's at and come to a place that's manageable for you. It's definitely normal to feel uncomfortable, but we don't want to feel any pain. Five more breaths. So if the arms are not straight, we'll go ahead and straighten them out. And we'll take our blocks back on their high height now. And shift our weight back so that our right leg straightens. And then we'll adjust our blocks to give us the most stability, bringing our right leg towards the center of the mat. Now, Ardha Chandramasana, our half split, sometimes that right hip kind of scooches forward, so let's just make sure it's brought back so that we maximize the stretch in the back of the right leg. Roll your shoulders back and lead your heart towards your toes. Deep breaths into the back of the leg. Two more breaths. Slowly we'll start to slide our right foot back in until our knees meet, and then we'll step that left foot forward. Flip the blocks back down to their medium height, framing left foot. Left knee is directly over the left ankle. Scooching that right knee back as far as you can for maximum stretch in the right hip flexor. Once again, back toes can be curled under, or top of the foot can be pressed on the ground. Your hands can either be supported by the blocks, or maybe we interlace fingers to the front thigh, or maybe we reach our arms to the sky. Keeping the low belly pulled in and strong. Relaxing shoulders. Heart is open. blocks, we'll place them there now. And then we'll take those blocks on their low height, stacked one on top of the other, horizontal on the inside of our left foot. Planting the palms on top of the blocks, we'll walk our left foot towards the edge of the mat and then adjust the blocks so that our shoulders land right over our wrists. Maybe we're able to scooch the right knee back a little bit more, deepening the stretch. Collarbone open. Breathing in. And breathing out. Once again, you have the options to go a little bit deeper, maybe coming down to the forearms, maybe taking away one of the blocks or both of the blocks. Each side is going to feel different, so it's totally normal if one side is a little bit more accessible to go deeper than the other. Keep your breath long, slow, steady, and deep. 5 more breaths. Once that 5th breath is released, we'll start to straighten the arms, shift our weight back to straighten the left leg, and then take our blocks on their high height to frame your left leg, bringing your left leg towards the center of the mat, right hip over right knee, shoulders back, and heart leads to toes for our half split pose. Making sure that that left hip's not moving forward, and we pull it back, getting that deep stretch in the back of our left leg. Last breath in and out. Sliding left heel in so our knees meet. Moving our blocks to the side. And moving the blanket to the side as well. We'll rise up to stand. And bringing our feet like a good 4 feet distance away from one another. Heels in, toes out. Bend into your knees so that your knees line up with your 2nd and 3rd toe, so you can always adjust your feet as you need to. Keep your tailbone rooting towards the earth. Reach your arms out in opposite directions, thumbs facing the sky, and then bend into your elbows to cactus arms. Draw your shoulder blades together and get the tailbone even further towards the ground. Goddess squat. We're gonna flow a bit with our goddess squat, so we'll start in our center with an inhale. On the exhale, tap your right elbow to your right thigh. Inhale back to center. Exhale, tap left elbow to left thigh. Inhale, center. Exhale, tap right. Inhale, center. Exhale, tap left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Plant your hands on your thighs. And let's dip that right shoulder forward, gazing past the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, dip left shoulder down. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, dipping right. Inhale, center. Exhale, dipping left. One more round. Inhale, center. Exhale, dip right. Inhale, center. Exhale, dip left. Inhale, back to center. Root that tailbone back to the floor. Arms back into our cactus shape. Moving through some goddess breaths. Tips of the shoulder blades down the spine. Heart and palms puff open to sky. This is our inhale. As we exhale, tuck your chin, hollow the belly, and press your palms away from you. And inhale, heart and palms lift up to sky. Keep tailbone rooted and anchored. Exhale, press palms away. 3 more. Inhale, heart and palms open to sky. Exhale, palms away. Last 2. Inhale, open, heart, palms to sky. Exhale, tucking chin, palms press away. Last 1. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Now inhale, reach up to the sky, straighten everything out, and exhale, drop back down to your goddess. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Last 1. Inhale, rise. And exhale, lower. Stay down here, 3 breaths. Get the tailbone as low as possible. Heart is wide open. You're stronger than you think you are. Just 2 more to go. Inhale. Exhale. Little lower. Last breath in. And out. Nice job. Reach your arms to the sky. Let your arms fall by your sides. And we'll heel to our feet back towards one another. Grabbing our blanket now. And we'll unfold the blanket so it's only folded once. You could really use any blanket, doesn't have to be a yoga blanket. And then that folded side, we're gonna place to one edge of our mat and then create a double fold to protect our knees. You might have a block or bolster or a pillow in front of you. And we're gonna move into a tabletop shape. Shoulders over wrists and knees at the center of the folded blanket. Now start to separate your knees as wide as you can until you can't separate them any further. Then turn the right toes away and the left toes away. Frog pose. This one's pretty intense. We're gonna hold for some time, but a lot of healing will occur. We hold and we breathe. So feeling free to come down to the forearms if that's accessible. And if you'd like to go a little bit further, you can send your seat a little closer towards your heels. Nice to have our forehead resting on something. In fact, I like to pretend that I'm breathing in and out of my third eye. And this really helps to relax me and kind of distract me from what's going on in my hips. So feel free to use that little tip. We're gonna hold here, breathing deeply, embracing all of that discomfort. Might be getting pretty intense now. Just continue with your deep breath. Promise it will be worth it when we're done. Just 30 more seconds to go, finding that fullest, deepest expression of the pose. One more big breath in. And let it go. Now we want to be real gentle with our bodies and real slow as we come out. Hopefully no one's stuck. We'll bring our toes towards the ground and pressing into the toes, bring knees together and then feet together. And we're going to go right onto our backs. Taking your feet to the edges of the mat. And let your legs just winch away from side to side, letting go of any last tension you're holding in the hips. And as we move into our Shavasana, feel free to take Supta Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together, the knees splaying out to the side, or your traditional Shavasana with your legs extending down, heels in, toes out. When you move into your final pose, let's place both hands over the sacral chakra just below the belly button. Tuning in with our energy center, that beautiful orange light. Repeating the following affirmations. I go with the flow of life. I am passionate about my life. I am creative. I honor my body. My emotions are balanced. One more deep releasing breath. Wiggling fingers, toes, gently rocking head side to side. Extending toes forward, reaching arms back, lengthening through the sides of the body. And drawing knees into chest, allowing yourself to roll over to whatever side is calling to you. Arm underneath will cradle the head like a pillow. With eyes remaining closed, we'll rise up into a comfortable seat. Placing hands over our sacral chakra and sealing our practice with the mantra for our sacral chakra, VAM, V-A-M. Take a deep breath in. Hands in prayer at heart center. May you always be passionate about your life. May you go with the flow. May you be creative. May you always honor your body. Namaste.